Hey everybody, it's Triple J. Welcome back to our third episode. Long overdue at this point. Long overdue ep. But with the holidays and things, life was just a little bit hectic. And but we're back here on our lunar, our weird lunar prison. And speaking of chaotic, boy, this is a mess. The hell is this? What are we doing here? Okay, so we got rid of all this stuff because we didn't need them anymore. We just needed it for the grants. Okay, so we're on the moon, obvi. We have garbage exports, deliveries. We don't have a storage. We don't need this yard either. That can go away. They're putting in the pipes right now for all of our stuffs. That's good. I'm gonna run this up and down so they can reach into these rooms. So this hallway here, I don't remember what we were gonna make this. I don't really remember what we were gonna make this. Right, because we have the pipes and stuff coming down here. It's actually not a good idea, and I kind of forgot about this not being a good idea, but it is not a great idea to run your pipes and your electrical over each other. Parallel is best because when you delete, hopefully this is something that they can change in the future. There also might be a mod for this, but just so you're aware, when you dismantle a utility, it automatically shows both. But if I was to dismantle this, they would take away the piece of pipe and the piece of electrical wiring. So just keep that in mind when you're kind of setting up your prison, because this is really bad. I will dismantle this though, because we don't need all this anymore. Just to get a little bit of this cleaned up. Honestly, don't remember what we were gonna make this. We have the infirmary down here, a couple offices for our staff. I guess we could make this the first criminally insane wing. The problem is they're nuts. They are super nuts. They escape really easily, but as long as I guess we're inside, maybe it'll be okay. Like as long as they're always inside, they're gonna have to tunnel out, which is definitely gonna be a thing. So we're trying to build a medical ward currently. That's easy enough. We can do that. We have $26,000, but our cash flow is good. I don't believe we can get any more grants at this time. No, because we're doing long-term investment, which probably wasn't the smartest thing. But also, you know, let's not second guess past selves. So infirmary here. Let's get down. Let's leave a gap between the beds. Get a few beds down. We need to hire 2 doctors and then a psychologist. So I think what we'll do is create an office here. Do I have... Because I have a few offices over here, but these are all... So these are made, but they're not actually considered an office. So we have the accountant, warden. We have 2 foremen? Wait, why do I have 2 foremen? I mean, whatever. It's fine. Over here, I think we'll do the psychologist. So they're gonna need a desk and a chair. Yeah, if any of you had been catching some of the live streams that we've been doing of Prison Architect, you'll kind of, we've been learning some things. We've definitely been learning some things about how kind of this all kind of works a little bit more. And so hopefully I can use some of that now to, you know, bring us forward in our playthrough here. I also think that they should probably have one of those couches. Can I get a regular? I don't think I can get a leather couch just yet. I can get a leather chair, but not a sofa. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put a leather chair right there so they can kind of sit. And then I'm gonna put a couple chairs there. I'm gonna put another filing cabinet there as well. We don't have floors in here yet, but let's just not spend the money we don't need to at this point for the flooring. But I think it'd be kind of fun to sort of make this a very, very like sterile sort of environment on the inside, you know, kind of almost like a spaceship type of thing. And, you know, make it really just kind of weird and stuff. I'm going to get more of these trees because we're going to end up expanding out here anyway. So we may as well just gut them now. Okay. And then this area was going to be, I don't know. I'm wondering if we should just, it's very hard to plan. It's very hard to plan when it's kind of your first, when you're dealing with the first thing here. But the criminally insane wing. So a couple things to note about criminally insane prisoners. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, and probably because we hadn't gotten this far, but a couple things about them. So they have needs just like regular prisoners, but they can't attend education courses. So any of the grants for education is really not going to work unless we have other prisoners. So we are going to have another wing for just regular prisoners, or you know, some sort of a wing of that. We do want to keep that separate though, because they are crazy and you want to keep them separated. So they can't go to education classes. They also can't work in the prison. Okay, so that's the second thing. They can't work either. So yeah, so if we ever want to do like this grant, we're gonna have to have regular prisoners to kind of achieve that. Lastly, there's sort of, it's not necessarily, well, I guess it's kind of could be considered a bug. You cannot get parole as a criminally insane prisoner. They cannot achieve parole. However, it will list that there are prisoners up for parole, because I think that there's still some sort of, I don't know, it's still telling you that they can be up for parole even though they're not technically eligible. But it still will tell you even if they are, because they hit a certain amount of time spent, you know, with their time that they've spent. So just a couple things to keep in mind there when building all this. So it's advised to have a balanced system of like regular prisoners and criminally insane. But for now, I think what I'm going to do, just to kind of get this moving and to get our cash flow going, I am going to make this a criminally insane wing, and we're just going to put a bunch of cells in here and create a common room and like a little shower and stuff, and just try to get as many as we can here, because we only really need to get 10. So let's try to get 10, and then we'll be able to open up another grant and get some more money. And then I think we'll also, while we're doing that, we'll try to get some regular prisoners in here. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve as we go here. It's very hard to plan so much in your first prison because you only have so much money. You know, there's only so much planning you can do, and arguably I don't feel like I'm very good at that. So just it just gets tricky, but we're gonna work through it. It's gonna be fine. Let me get a storage. Let's just get some storage out here for now so they can get rid of these boxes. I don't like that they can't move these boxes currently. I don't know what this is gonna be. Perhaps a small chapel, because what they are, they can go to chapel, and so that basically their biggest things is psychiatry, meeting with a psychologist, going to a common room, having a yard, obviously, eating, and then of course a chapel. So I think it might be worth, actually I need to make the psychiatrist's office. So, because we're going to need to hire 2 psychiatrists, and then this is going to be psychologist. There we go. So the psychologist is in there. What do we want to... So we have orderlies approved already, which is good. Again, prison labor doesn't really matter right now. Tax relief will be good at some point. We don't have any security yet. Probably should do some of that. Get that going. 128 hours will get long-term investment. We can hire 2 doctors now and clear out that grant. There we go. So let's go down here. Grab. So they can do visitation. They can do visitation, but they cannot do parole. We could do subblock A. I think these stack, right? If we bring in 10 criminally insane prisoners, and then, but we also will raise our capacity to 15. So technically I could maybe see if we could get 15 in here, and then we could get subblock A going. They are going to need a place to eat and things. We're going to want to keep all of that contained. It's possible that right in here, we maybe should do that. Have, yeah, let's do that. And then this will be access point to their kitchen. And then maybe or a canteen. And then the kitchen could be on this side. Yeah, that might be the best play there. And I think they'll have to access that. And then what we'll do is another foundation. Because we're gonna want to make sure that they don't escape. So in terms of like their wall, like I want to make sure that their yard is inside of another foundation. So let's grab a hallway. You don't need to make their yard super big. But at the same time, so let's grab another hallway that kind of runs down to there. And that. And then this will be a yard. And then I think what we'll also do is make the common room inside. Not sure yet. This is going to require an entrance. So let's get a large jail door right there. Now, is that centered, actually? I'm not real sure. And then we'll do another... Let's see. We're gonna always change these out. I think that might be the best bet. Door there, door there. This is probably going to end up being a staff door. Yeah, so then this will be the kitchen. So let's go back to walls. And maybe we should be doing all these as white. Just to make this feel really, really sterile. So staff door there. And in changing walls is as simple as just redoing it over the existing wall, which is really nice. And then a staff door can go there. Yeah, I like the idea of this really sterile environment on this crazy weird planet. Oh, this is only a single hallway there. Yeah, let's go. Let's do that and that. Oh. That. I think that's will work. Might actually just double up this wall. Oh, no. That'll work. That should work. And then, oh, this looks really funny. But I guess we can just put a door there? I don't know. Let's roll with the weirdness. Let's roll with it. Okay, so in here, this is going to be a canteen for them. Then we'll do... Are white walls more expensive than concrete? No, same price. So we need a kitchen. That should be... Let's see. Like that. Probably doesn't need to be that big, but let's just make it that big. And this door is going to go away at some point. This door won't be there. I just want to kind of get that installed here. Another staff door there for the kitchen. Okay, so let's snag. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do that. Security procedure, that we could certainly do. Education, yeah, we're not gonna want to do that, of course. Build a staff room. Yeah, we need to do that as well. I don't know why we invested in the long term before short term. Let's do visitation rights. That we can set up some visitation, perhaps right in here. And then this room is going to be a kitchen. And yeah, so basically once we bring in prisoners, I'm going to get rid of this door. We're going to do some, serious lockdown. Actually going to dismantle that door. Put a large jail door there instead. There we go. Okay, so canteen. We'll get some lights in here. Boom. Boom. Okay, so cookers. These are very expensive. 500 a pop. Sink. Doing the dishes. And let's definitely get a sprinkler in here in case things go wrong. That's all going to need to be attached via electrical cables. Okay. We'll need to get the psychiatrists. Criminally insane wing for 10 prisoners. Okay. So psychiatrist offices, they are different. So instead of, you can't just make an office and then assign a psychiatrist to it. Psychiatrists have specific offices, and the difference is that they need all the same things. However, they do demand and require a wide sofa or leather sofa for their patients to lie down. So it is different. So you have to make sure that it is a psychiatrist's office. And let's grab... Let's see, we got $8,000. What was I going to make this? I was going to make this a chapel, I think. Chapel and maybe something else. I don't know. We can always leave things open, which is not a bad idea. Okay. So we got a kitchen in there and a serving table. We'll get 2 serving tables. And we'll grab... Oh, we have 4 small tables available to us. However, I'm going to do... I'll do that. I'll do the small benches... And then large benches there. That should be totally enough for all the prisoners to have their meals. Okay, so let's start by designing and figuring out how we want to do our cells in here. So we'll go to planning. We'll put walls in. So let's see. We'll leave this a 2-way hallway coming through, and then this is also going to be a 1-by hallway, and that's where they'll enter, and then this will be the hallway on the other side to enter the yard. So these will be some cells along here. That's a little I wonder if we could just kind of put the common room outside, because basically I don't really need these to be more than 2x3. Because, again, and that's a 3x3 cell. However, that could be a couple solitary cells. Yeah, what if... Let's go like that. The plating tool is really good. It's a little... it's not tedious. That's not the right word. It's just... It can be, it feels like a little, I don't know. It's good to plan, I guess, is what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's good to plan. it might feel like it takes a little bit longer and maybe it's a little tedious, but it's worth it, because then when you're ready to go, you can just sort of, you know, build out your prison and kind of just start flying. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 cells on either side. We don't really have enough to do... Well, actually... That's 2 by 2 though. These are 2 by 3. Yeah, and you know, and then you kind of start to struggle with like your spacing and things. And sometimes it's just not quite right. Just not what you're looking for. Especially when it's not even and it just bothers you. We could do... I'm just trying to figure out how can we get 15? If we get 15 in here, or is it just going to be too tight? Oh, maybe wait, that works. Hold on. Maybe I was doing this wrong. Okay, well, it's a bit of a weird gap there. Not sure we can actually create that and make that a common room. However, if I bring this down, so cell, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, and then that. It is certainly not even by any stretch of the imagination. But so let's see, that's 4, 5, so it's 6 solitary cells. They do go to solitary pretty often because they are pretty nuts and kind of crazy. Well, obviously. So I mean, that gets us to what? That's 14, isn't it? 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. No, 15. That's 16. Okay. Okay. 16. Let's just do it. This might end up being temporary, to be perfectly honest. It might end up being temporary. So what I'm going to do is... It's also not even, which bothers me a little bit. But, you know, what are you going to do? Let's go jail door there. Jail door there. Jail door there. There. And then I'm going to start to make cells. We'll make cells on each side, and then we can kind of clone them as we go. So I'm going to go white walls. I think I might just end up making all of these in the middle here. Okay. Put the doors in. And then when you do cells, you can't do a regular cell. You got to do padded cells. And what you'll see here in a second here. If I do this, it automatically makes the walls padded. And then you can add padded flooring under flooring right here. You can make that a padded cell. Now it's not required. The flooring is not required, but it does add to the ambiance, I guess. So objects, we're gonna put a bed in here. So we're gonna go bed, and we're gonna do a toilet. And I think what we're actually gonna do is have a shower inside. And this is a little trick. Now you don't need to do this. You can have a proper shower room. I don't think we're gonna have a shower room properly for these guys right now. But what you can do is you actually can install a shower head over a toilet. Now this might not be for everybody, but when you're building in a small cell, it's nice because then you can kind of double those up, and then you're gonna want to make sure you have a drain. But it's kind of a nice little system there if you want to offer the shower inside of the cell. And another thing I'm kind of like to add now that this is new is a sink in here, which I kind of like. Now it's just another thing for them to break, but the sink is another added addition to the hygiene, which can also help you. You know, because it's always good to have hygiene. They like being hygienated. Toilet, go there. Shower head. There we go. And we can also put the padded flooring in there to complete the cell. Gonna be good. Those are gonna need utilities. Also good to not have your major pipes be, well, actually we're gonna probably want to move this pipe. I'm gonna go ahead and dismantle this right now. You don't want large pipes going through their cells, because they can break out of that. They can climb through the tunnels, or the water pipes, rather. Okay, like that. What you want to do is maybe bring the pipes. Ooh, we're out of money. Out of money. All right. Well, then, wait, what? Oh, dismantle these trees. Oh no. How did that happen? We may have to gut some of those doctors. We may have to sack some of these doctors. Just to get back a little bit of positive cash flow. So we can finish up our cells. You're on break. Yeah, we don't have a staff room. The staff is probably really irritated. Visitation, right. So this visitation we need to build the common room as well. Which we'll have to do. So we'll go padded. Oh, also padded solitary cells need to be listed as such. So they also pad the walls of the solitary. That's also important. That. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put the pipes around so they don't escape Shawshank style. When we have money, I guess. We have a couple cells, though. That's good. That's very, very good. Yep, don't have any money. Well, that's a good place to end this here. I'm going to let this probably run while we are away here for the next episode, and we'll get some of this sold so we can get some more cash. 80 hours left. We'll get our long-term investment. That's another 16 grand. But all right. Well, we're getting our capacity up. We have two prisoners that we can get potentially. But we have to open intake, of course. But we have the kitchen and canteen up, and technically we probably could do some intake, but I kind of want to make sure that we have this a little bit more set up before we roll into that. But everybody, that will do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I think we're on our way here to make something pretty good here. I think it'll be good once we get this down and get some prisoners in and start to kind of get the ball rolling. Then I think we can move it along a little bit and kind of start making more decisions on where we want to do certain things. But yeah, I think our Lunar prison is coming along here. Thank you again, everybody. very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Prison Architect, checking out Psych Ward DLC. Bye, everybody.